Hey guys, it's Ash and welcome back to another episode. I just want to first quickly state that the recent sneak peeks have confirmed that you're not going to be able to lightning Dark Elixir storages anymore for Dark Elixir. And although a lot of people are quite ecstatic about that, there are some people that aren't too thrilled. Personally, I always thought that it was bound to happen someday, and I'm a big proponent of skill and strategy, and I don't believe that there is a lot of strategy involved with simply zapping storages for Dark Elixir. Even if it was part of the game, now it isn't, so everyone is still on the same boat. So my perspective is, you're gonna have to learn to get the Dark Elixir storage another way and adapt. And that's by utilizing your other spells to get the Dark Elixir storage. And that's what I'm gonna stress in my videos. I'll do my best to ease your experience for making Dark Elixir fast. Right now I'm going to show you how to correctly funnel your giants inside a base and how you can easily plan the movement of your giants. Okay, let's start. Let's start with this raid first. Step 1, check for clan castle troops. Step 2, lure those troops to the side of the base and remove them. And now we can attack for the Dark Elixir storage. Now, why did I start by focusing on attacking from this side of the base? Well, that's simply to funnel my giants towards this direction to go after this cannon. Now, what's so special about this cannon? Well, right after that cannon, the next closest defense is either that Tesla or that air defense. How do I know there's a Tesla right there? Well, that's an empty 2x2 space guarded by a compartment of walls, and there's like a 99% chance that there's a Tesla there because no one guards empty spaces without any reason. So yeah, right after that air defense or Tesla, we can go straight into that core because that core is guarded by a bunch of mortars. So yeah, it's basically playing connect the dots. You need to find a funneling pathway between defenses, and my pathway will be this way, going this defense towards that defense. Giants will remove these defenses, go after that cannon, and go towards this direction. Now, the biggest reason that I'm gonna is because of this archer tower altar. This is not a defensive unit. The hero altars are not a defense unit. They're considered a non-defensive building, just like collectors and camps. So what the giants will do is they're gonna go towards that mortar right after that air defense, as that altar, that building, acts as a repeller. It does not attract giants. And the reason I'm not gonna send in my giants from this direction and funnel them in this pathway, because there's an expo right there, and right after that expo is an air defense, not a hero altar. And what that means is my giants are gonna go after that expo after they've removed these 3 defenses and then remove the archer tower. The next closest becomes the expo. They're gonna go after that air defense, and I don't want them to go this way. I don't want them to stray towards this side. I want them to go to the core, because that's the purpose of this attack, is to reach the core that's guarding the Dark Elixir storage, so the giants can act as tanks for my archers and archer queen attacking behind it to get to the Dark Elixir storage. However, I was a millisecond late and my giants instead ignored the opening wall and went around it. So yeah, as you can see, timing is very important, and sometimes it's just unfortunate that things don't happen according to plan. However, you should always carry a plan B, which should be spells. You need to first believe that it's possible to get the Dark Elixir without spells. And if you believe you can do that, then that's when you know whether you should attack that base or not. And if things don't go according to plan, you then use your spells as plan B. I could have easily used the rage spell or a heal spell, because there's 4 mortars in that core. A heal spell would be very good. However, I realized that I still had giants going in that direction that I wanted them to go, and that since his core is full of mortars, he's lacking in point defenses, so I have enough giants for that. Not only that, but the biggest reason I attack from this side of the base is because that dark elixir storage can be targeted by my archer queen by her 5-tile range. While if I attacked from the south or southwest side, then it would have been a lot more riskier to get the dark elixir storage because the storage is more than 5 tiles away from there. So yeah, I'm human, I make a lot of mistakes too. You can never know for sure what can happen in a raid, anything can happen, so always have plan Bs such as clan castle troops or spells. Now against this base, I'm going to start off by clearing off buildings so that I can get my barbarians and archers inside the base without having them run around. Clearing out outside buildings first is very important. And now the first thing that I'm going to prioritize is taking out that cannon. And the reason for that is because I want my giants to funnel inside that core. If I did not remove that cannon, what my giants are instead going to do is they're going to go after that cannon right after the wizard tower, and then right after that cannon, next closest becomes that archer tower over there. So I don't want my giants to get distracted and go towards this direction. And in order to avoid that, I'm going to have to remove this cannon so my giants go straight towards that air defense, which is the next closest right after that wizard tower if we remove that cannon. So then right after that air defense, my giants are going to go towards that expo. They're basically going to be around the core area right next to the dark elixir storage, which I want. And right after that expo, they're going to go after that air sweeper, so it's perfect. All we have to do is just remove that cannon, send in our giants. Also take into account that he has high level splash defenses. His wizard towers and mortars are level 7, so we're definitely going to have to use a heal spell around here. Since I don't have my archer queen, I'm more heavily in need of my barbarians and archers. And this guy has level 7 splash defenses, and usually I would not recommend attacking a base with such powerful splash defenses, especially without the archer queen. But I ended up using multiple spells since the defender also had wizards in his clan castle. But again, as you can see, I still had a backup, and that backup was using 2 spells instead of 1, as well as my clan castle troops, which I used last, but they really weren't needed much. The main reason that I was able to get that dark elixir storage was because I was able to get my giants inside the core, and they distracted the defenses. Otherwise, that level 7 Tesla and that level 7 wizard tower would have quickly taken out my archers. So as you can see, I like to treat it as a puzzle. The goal is to get your giants to go inside while having your archers or archer queen behind your giants. Okay, so here's a pretty easy one. All we have to do is first look at that dark elixir storage, find the easiest distance towards it, and that would be the top. We don't want to bring our giants from this direction because as you can see, there's 2 layers of walls here and there's no defense there. So that means our giants are going to completely ignore it, and they might go off wandering towards this direction. Same thing here, they might go off towards that direction. So we need to connect the dots between defenses, and we can see that there's a mortar right there along with defenses here, here, and here. So our giants are all gonna couple up and they're gonna go towards that mortar, and they're basically gonna be in the core. So how do we get our giants inside that compartment? Well, that's really easy, but we need to first remove those outside cannons first, or else our giants are gonna go towards that direction, and we don't want that. And that's gonna be really easy to remove them because they're right outside. Just use a couple of barbarians and archers. And then we want to spread our giants, and the reason we want to spread them is because of this high level wizard tower. If we group all our giants together, then they're taking a lot of damages from that wizard tower. So if we spread them around, then the wizard tower will only focus on 1 or 2 giants. And we can also send in a wall breaker, because we don't want to send in wall breakers along with a group of giants at the same direction, because the splash defense spear of that wizard tower is gonna take out the wall breaker. Okay, so as you can see, I start by removing the 2 cannons on the left and right sides with my barbarians and archers. And once I've taken them out, I'm going to spread around my giants, and that wizard tower is going to be distracted. And now I can send in my wall breaker right there on top. That wizard tower is not gonna target him. And now my giants are all gonna couple around together right there, and they're gonna go straight towards that mortar and straight to the core. And that's it basically. I've basically taken all the dark elixir. That's a bunch of dark elixir as well.